Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books, and this is actually not the video that I was planning on making over here today. The video that I was planning on making over here today was actually what did I read while I was in Florida on vacation, because I read several books while I was on vacation in Florida, and I have one book that I'm still reading, and I finished I finished 4 books while I was in Florida, and I started one other book, and I'm like in the middle of it, and I haven't started another Audible book yet. Well, I'm in the middle of a physical copy book that I started reading. I'm in the middle of, right now, okay, this is where I'm at. This video, like I said, I wasn't planning on making it, so it's kind of all over the place. So here's the deal. While I was on vacation, I finished an audiobook that this is nothing new if you watch my vlog. I want to talk about all the books that I finished, so I'll be making that video, but I finished The Firm, and then I turned around and I read The Exchange, which was the sequel to The Firm, because both of those books were the March books for Peter's book club. Then I read the March book, well, I listened to these books. I listened to the March book for a true crime book club, which was about the Idaho college killings. So I finished that on vacation as well. And then last night, I just watched this 45-minute documentary about it. It was not very good, and the book had so much more in it. And so I finished those 3 books. And then in the airport on the way back, I started Amy Tintera, Look for the Lie, which is the April book for Peter's book club. And I actually finished it on the plane because it was so fantastic. So I finished 4 audiobooks, and then I actually started reading a physical copy book of the Ed book about the 2 guys that were boyfriends, and then they became friends, and then the one guy passed away from AIDS in the 80s. I started reading that book as well, and I'm probably like a third of the way through that book. So I got home and I was like, I don't know which book to read next listen to on Audible. I don't know which my next Audible listen should be. And this is always very important to me because I'm obsessed with Audible, as you guys know. No, this video is not sponsored. I wish it was. But I'm obsessed with Audible. So I was like, last night, getting ready to start another book, and I was like, come out here and listen to some of my book. And I was like rolling through. Oh, no. This was 2 nights ago. Is today Tuesday or is today Monday? No, this was Sunday night. So Sunday night, I was like getting ready to pick another audio book to listen to. And I was rolling through, and I noticed that on Reese's book club, they usually don't announce their book for the next month on Reese's book club until like the 6th or the 7th. But she said on there, on the Instagram, it said April's book it was like there was a countdown, and it was like less than 11 hours to the countdown of the the next book that was coming out. And so I was like, well, I'll just wait until tomorrow, which was yesterday, to figure out if I'm gonna, read that book or listen to that book or not. And I was really, really excited. Well, she ended up putting out this book. The book does not look bad. I'll tell you what the book is. The book doesn't look bad at all. The book is actually something that I'll probably read. It's just not anything that I'm in the mood to read right now. It came out like in 2019, which I'm kind of surprised about, because usually, here I already had it pulled up. Usually on Reese's book club, she usually picks books that are brand new. So the book is called, hold on, this is where like the countdown to the pick was. The book is called, hold on just a second. She's listing all these reasons why. It is called The Most Fun We've Ever Had, and it is by Claire Lombardo. I read the description. It's The Most Fun We Ever Had, and it's by Claire Lombardo. And I read it on Goodreads, and I also read it on, I didn't read it, but I read the synopsis on Goodreads, and I also read the synopsis on Amazon. And it's about this couple that have been together for like 35, 40 years, and I think they have 3 daughters, and their daughters have gone off, and they're kind of like finding love in all the wrong places. And there's like some, of course, family secret, and then one of them has had a child, and the child is now 15 and is trying to find his birth family, and so that's kind of how the whole story starts. And it sounds actually really, really good. I am in the mood for reading a thriller right now. Like, I am like thriller central. I really, really want to read a thriller right now. So instead of doing a video talking to you about everything I read while I was in Florida, which I'm going to do that video, and also do some reviews of the past picks for Peter's book club, I thought that I would have you guys help me pick my next audio pick. So I've actually had a couple people that have reached out to me and said that I should read the next, or listen to the next Simone St. What's her name? Simone St. John? Is that her name? Simone? I actually bought it already. The next, where is it at? Simone St. James. It's called Murder Road. So let's listen to the synopsis for this. Here's title details. Here it is, Murder Road by Simone St. James. So if you don't know, Simone St. James is probably one of my favorite authors of thrillers. And the books of hers that I've read are The Sundown Motel, The Book of Cold Cases. She's written quite a few that I haven't read. So, yeah. So anyway, Murder Road is her newest one. It literally just came out, I believe. It came out March 5th of 2024. A young couple find themselves haunted by a string of gruesome murders committed along an old deserted road in this terrifying new novel by the New York Times bestselling author of The Book of Cold Cases. July 1995, April and Eddie have taken a wrong turn. They're looking for the small resort town where they plan to spend their honeymoon. When they spot what appears to a lone hitchhiker along the deserted road, they stop to help. But long after the hitchhiker gets into their car, they see the blood seeping from her jacket and a truck barreling down Atticus Line after them. I feel like I already read this on video. When the hitchhiker dies at the local hospital, April and Eddie find themselves in the crosshairs of the Cold Lake Falls police. Unexplained murders have been happening along Atticus Line for years, and the cops finally have two witnesses who easily become their only suspects. As April and Eddie start to dig into the history of the town and that horrible stretch of road to clear their names, they soon learn that there is something supernatural at work, something that could not only tear the town and its dark secrets apart, but take April and Eddie down with it. Now, here's the thing about Simone St. James. She writes fantastic mysteries and thrillers, but there's always kind of a paranormal element to it, by like ghosts of the past and things like that. If you're somebody that doesn't like to read paranormal, it will not ruin it for you. It's always just very slight, okay? But it does play an important role into whatever book she's reading. Then I'm also thinking about, I'm going to pick like 3 of them out here. So that one, these are the new ones I just bought. Ask for Andrea, it was on sale. How to Solve Your Own Murder, it was on sale. The Fury by Alex Michaelides, which I read his last one. He or her, I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me see what the last one was called. This is the last one that I read. It's a he. And I read The Silent Patient was the last. No. The Maidens. The Maidens was the last one that I read. So The Fury is about... This program is read by, a masterfully paced thriller about a reclusive ex-movie star and her famous friends whose spontaneous trip to a private Greek island is upended by murder from the #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Silent Patient. So, it goes on and says, this is a tale of murder, or maybe that's not quite true. At its heart, it's a love story, isn't it? Lana Farrar is a reclusive ex-movie star and one of the most famous women in the world. Every year, she invites her closest friends to escape the English weather and spend Easter on her idyllic private Greek island. I tell you this probably because you may think you know the story. You probably read about it at the time. It caused a real stir in the tabloids. If you remember, it had all the necessary ingredients for a press sensation. A celebrity, a private island cut off by the wind, and a murder. We found ourselves trapped there overnight. Our old friendships concealed hatred and a desire for revenge. What followed was a game of cat and mouse. A battle of wits, full of twists and turns, building to an unforgettable climax. The night ended in violence and death as one of us was found murdered. Who am I? My name is Elliot Chase, and I'm going to tell you a story unlike you've ever heard. And this just came out January 16th of 2024. So, I love The Maidens, and I heard The Silent Patient was fantastic. I've never read it because my friend Tanya Jean told me the end of it, and I'm trying to forget it. So, that's the second one. And then, I've been wanting to read Everyone on This Train is a Suspect, because the second one of this author, Benjamin Stevenson, just came out. And so here are the details to this. When the Australian Mystery Writer Society invited me to their crime... I think I read this already. It's basically just a murder on a train, but it's supposed to be very kind of like funny and camp. And then the last one that I'm looking at is... I actually saw quite a few people reading this. Where is it at? The one I wanted to read. Reading this while I was on vacation. And this is Adrian McKenty's The Island, which I read The Chain by Adrian McKenty, and I loved it. So this is, and I think I read this one actually as a pick for Peter's Book Club, but it was just supposed to be a family vacation. Terrible accident changed everything. You don't know what you're capable of till they come for your family. After moving from a small country town to Seattle, Heather Baxter marries Tom. Anyway, it's a family and they go into the Australian outback and they get separated and then murderers or cannibals are after them or something like that. So those are the 4 that I'm thinking about reading. Now, we're going to start it right here on camera, okay? We're going to download it. So, should I read The Fury? Murder Road? Who's going to guess the right one? Everyone on this train is a suspect. Can you guys guess? Do you know which one I'm going to read? The Christmas Murder Game? No, we'll save that for Christmas next year. So, I'm going to read The Island. Everyone on this train is a suspect. The Fury, or Murder Road? Was that the other one? Murder Road. Murder Road, The Fury, everyone on this train is a suspect. Which was my 4th one that I read? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What's the last one before I decide? Okay. The Island, Murder Road, everyone on this train is a suspect, and The Fury. Which one should I pick? Okay, well, I've narrowed it down. It's between Murder Road and everyone on this train is a suspect. You want to pick? I'll let you guys pick in the comment section below. The first comment that says either everyone on this train is a suspect or Murder Road, the first comment gets to pick which one I read, okay? So... somebody will say it before I even get to this part in the video. So you guys get to pick the next book that I read. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see what I'm reading. The first comment picks. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.